Mm-hmm. That's Wi-Fi. Hello. Test. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay. So it's working. Um. We got that. This is OBS. Let's open this up on my phone. Or actually, open it up over here. Close this. Makes it a little bit bigger. Actually, just leave it alone since it already looks fine. Just make sure my audio is good. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, so it looks like it's working properly. So I like hearing myself talk, so I know. Okay, so we're already streaming. Peace, everybody. It's the Grand Scheme Crypto back at you once again with another video. This time, I'm going to be talking about crypto news and some trading, looking at some charts. Going to be doing a few things. But let me change. I want to be able to hear myself. Let me just check my settings really quick. Use device timestamp. Okay. Advanced mono. I want to see. I can't. Maybe I don't have that setting here. Okay, so maybe let me. My audio might be a little loud. Okay, so leave it like that. Filters. Okay, I guess we can't. We can't mess with it right now. And I was trying to go live on TikTok. At the same time, but I don't think it's working properly. It might not let us. Screen will be captured when the layer yellow frame appears. Yeah, I have to use Restream. So no worries. I'll just do my TikTok lives. I'll do something else. So we'll do YouTube today. Let's see. So let's start off with my links. Let me pull up my links. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I got a couple things we're going to be talking about today. Let me see. I want to play a little bit of music. Let me close this for a sec. All right. See, still getting set up here. 1 second. Oh man. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about is trending narratives. See, put that over there. Move this over here. Move this over here. Perfect. All right, so we got it pulled up. Okay, so narrative roundup number one. Can you actually put some music on, please? So narrative roundup number one, October edition. This is by DeFi 0x Jeff. You can follow him at DeFi 0x Jeff. You go ahead and hit follow. So we're going to go ahead and just go through this tweet here. I think it's a thread. Let's just go ahead and go through this and let you guys know that if you are in crypto, this is something you should be paying attention to. You should be paying attention to the narratives, right? You always hear people mention narratives, right? What's the current narrative? So this is pretty much what's currently trending in the space. And, as far as what the categories of coins, sections of the space, so you have DeFi, you have NFTs, you have gaming, you have RWA, real world assets, you have, a lot of these newer ones, LRT, FI, restaking, LPDFI, SocialFi, Intent, GasFi. So lots of new concepts. So let's go ahead and just take a look at some of these. So brief look at trending narratives, looking at the top protocols across, like I said, RWA, Arbitrum, Solana, AI, Governance, Black Hole, Intent, GasFi, and so on. So, and big shouts out to Jeff for this. Actually, see crypto.com trending today. I wonder what the reason is behind that. So maybe we'll take a look at that in a second. So let's go ahead. Oh, it looks like it went up. So let's check out this first section of the thread here. So primer. This is going to be a new series that I'll be doing at the beginning of each month as a way to stay on top of everything that's going on in the market. So this is by Jeff here. So if you guys want to keep up with what's going on in the market, sort of keeping up with this same theme, watching the narratives, make sure you guys follow 0x Jeff. So real world assets, or RWAs. This is one of, if not the most hyped up narrative during the past 1 to 2 months, especially during the deep bear market. And it definitely is true. I was hearing about RWAs back in January, and also investing in a few tokens related to RWAs. So I was a little bit earlier than some of you guys will be, if you're new to this topic. But low DeFi yields causing capital to migrate to TradFi's 5.5% yields on T-bill at a relatively lower risk. Majority of the TVL is concentrated with MakerDAO in the form of 3.1 billion in diversified RWAs that are used to back DAI stablecoin and DAI savings rate 5. Main driver of the industry is still stablecoin that's backed by RWA yields, short-term governance bonds, cash like RWAs, etc. Beyond stablecoin, there are multiple RWA sectors such as, but not limited to, credit lending, real estate, yield marketplace, startup shares, and luxury items. I'll aim to highlight interesting projects with unique use cases across these. So yeah, guys, like I said, a lot of this stuff can go over your head very quickly. Just absorb. I'll just say this: absorb what you can, and then use Google and I would say ChatGPT to kind of fill in the gaps, right? So if you have a question, note it down, save it for ChatGPT or Google later, and then pop it into Google, ChatGPT, go through your list and kind of fill in the gaps with your knowledge, and kind of so you can get up to speed with RWAs, TradFi, what is MakerDAO, talking about yields and T-bills. So things like that, you want to just, like I said, just take everything with a grain of salt, absorb what you can, and then everything else, write your questions down. So moving on, stablecoin. So TP protocol. So this is one of the first um, projects that he's highlighting here. So this protocol offers STBT by working with Matrix Doc, which is a platform that connects accredited investors with RWAs. STBT offers 5% yield generated from U.S. Treasury securities and reverse repos. Interest is rebased to holders' balances every day. Going to quickly go through this. And before we go further, nothing said here is considered financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only, and I am not a financial advisor. Let's go ahead and move forward. TP Protocol recently unveiled its V2. Check the chat. It's V2, introducing RWA lending and also USTP. TP Protocol's native stablecoin that's backed by STBT. The key difference is STBT is matrix docs offered to accredited investors, while USTP is composable in DeFi on chain. TPS, the IDO for TPS is to be announced soon, which is the token for TP Protocol. So look out for that. Frax Finance, so SFrax. Frax V3 introduces SFrax, staked Frax, ERC204626 that distributes part of the Frax protocol yield weekly to stakers denominated in Frax stables. 6% annual percentage yield is backed by newly minted Frax stables, 100% backed by Frax RWA strats. Each epoch is 1 week long. All right, so the yield tracks IORB, or interest rate on reserve balance rate, which is practically US risk-free rate. Frax V3 utilizes RWAs that yield very close to the IORB rate with as little duration risk as possible. Strats, STT bill, overnight repo, USD mutual funds. So yeah, when he says strats, he means strategies. So like I said, if you need more details, I mean, you can always follow and send Jeff a DM. I'm not sure what kind of response you'll get. But like I said, it's always worth doing. But definitely try to pick apart this information for yourself and figure out what's going on and look these things up, so you can figure out how to maybe utilize these strategies, right? So suggest checking out Winter Soldier thread on SFrax for the deep dive for more information. There are a bunch of good strategies you can do to earn pretty high yields on SFrax. So I would follow this information here. Frax Finance. So as a child, I was a huge fan of space and sci-fi. Black holes in particular were the subject of my fascination. So this is the post here. All right, so Mountain USDM. So providing the first regulated and transparent yield-bearing stablecoin, USDM reserves are held under custody by JP Morgan and audited by Open Zeppelin. 5% API yields backed by T-bill. You need to be KYC to redeem USDM to fiat. Let's see. Okay. Let's move back to where we were. The first regulated and permissionless yield-bearing stable token. And here it is, Mountain USDM. Like I said, nothing is financial advice, but I would definitely be keeping a keen eye on all of these projects mentioned here. These guys in the crypto space on Twitter, much like 0x Jeff here, are very intelligent, and they do lots of research. So if you're able to kind of absorb this knowledge and pick it apart and let them do the hard work for you, and of course, always send that love and reciprocate that energy back toward these folks, that will be excellent. So make sure you guys give 0x Jeff a follow and support everything he's doing. Take out his bio, things like that. So next up, we have yield marketplace PendoFi. Pendo needs no introduction. I love Pendo. I sacrificed my life for Pendo. Pendo in the bag. Pendo great. But jokes aside, probably one of the most versatile DeFi projects today with PMF that spans across several narratives like LST and RWA. So when he says PMF, I'm not sure what he means there. So I got to do some more research on that myself. But I think he means, like the aspects of crypto that they cover. So this looks like it's one of his favorites, PendoFi. This is one I'm definitely going to be checking out. All right, Pendo has grown its TVL, which is total value locked, from $15 million on January of this year to $192 million right now. So that is quite the jump. I mean, it has been a year, but still quite a massive jump. RWA TVL has grown from 15%, with SDI being the main TVL driver. There are currently 3 RWA products from Pendo: SDI, 12% APY, SFrax, 15% APY, and FUSDC, which is offers at 19% APY. All of the yields from the three RWA products are much higher than their original sources, which are at around 5% APY. Pendle enables this by offering trading fees plus Pendle incentives to the Pendle LP liquidity provider in exchange for creating a better yield trading environment. The Pendle token itself has seen plus 50% increase from the October low of 0.62, or we'll say 6 cents, to about 92 cents. Almost 39. Wow, that was the October low. 50% increase. Holy moly. So, almost 39 million of Pendle is locked as VE Pendle. That's 15% of the total supply and about 25% of the circulating supply. PenP owns about 9 million Pendle, while Equilibrify owns 7.6 million. Given the increased adoption in yield-bearing assets, this is the beginning of Pendle growth. We're seeing trends of LST, LRT, liquid restaking, and RWA. As long as people are farming and speculating on yields, Pendle will continue to grow in tandem. Now on to real estate. So real estate RWA promotes disintermediation, fractional ownership, enhanced liquidity for owners, and accessibility of investors looking to diversify their portfolio. Regulation remains the biggest hurdle, risk that thwarts the development of this sector. Now, so here's a great thread that I see covering the key challenges of real estate and the general asset tokenization from LexNode. Big shouts to LexNode. Make sure you guys go and follow this account as well. Tokenizing RWA increases trust assumptions far above those even required for normal off-chain ownership. So here's an example tweet to that thread. Moving on to Perpdexes. So Parcel. I've actually heard of Parcel. It's another one I was kind of earlier to than you guys if you're just now hearing about it. So this is a Perpdex on real estate markets with up to 10x leverage. Parcel enables users to long or short real estate in different cities around the world. Parcel currently has 19 markets, with 17 being U.S. cities and 2 being France cities. Parcel has $1 million in total value locked and 20,000. What's that? OL. Let's see. Could be related to 20,000. What is that? Liquidity. I'm not sure. Lending. So I'll have to take a look at this. Lending. During last year's Maple Finance, the largest unsecured crypto lending platform, almost imploded due to all crashes, especially Alameda Research's. Uncollateralized lending started shifting to SME lending, trade receivables, loans to fundamentally sound biz. Yeah, Maple was a huge one. Maple is a huge one, actually. Maple, I was put onto Maple by someone who I'm in the community with, who is, I want to say, very dear to me as far as providing me with a lot of crypto knowledge, just by being in that community. So yeah, Maple. I don't need to say anything else about Maple. You know, if you know, you know. And it being mentioned here by ZeroXJeff, like I said, this is a great thread. You should be paying attention. This kind of information is not being given out on YouTube. You know, you have to really parse Twitter and do your own research to find this kind of stuff. So big shouts out to Jeff for this thread once again. And like I said, if you're paying attention, you really need to be paying attention and looking to maybe, you know, not financial advice, but keeping a keen eye on these coins. Moving on, Finance Florence. So DeFi protocol that allows users to put excess stablecoin liquidity to work to fund RWA loans. So Florence works with SME lenders to gain access to diverse SME credit exposure. Users can now earn 7 to 9.5 APY on these loans to SME biz on Florence vaults. So this connects DeFi to real-world lending. Next up, we have startup shares. Tokenized shares are not available in a lot of countries around the world, but Switzerland has stepped up with its Swiss 2019 DLT bill. This allows companies to digitize their shares and put them on the blockchain as its digital counterpart. Very interesting. Let's see. DLT bill. That's crazy. So Arcton enables Arcton, yeah. IPO is coming up on the 11th of November. So lots of opportunities coming up soon here. Arcton enables marketplace for exactly this. right? This DLT bill, allowing users to participate in IPO directly on this platform. Users engaging in IPO would have to be KYC, but when the shares started trading on DEX, anybody can freely ape or invest in the shares. So first IPO Money Master starts on November 11th. So moving on to luxury and collectibles, we're seeing very useful use cases in this category where luxury items like Rolex watches, sports car, rare cards, and more can be tokenized and then turned into an NFT to be used as collateral for P2P fixed borrowing APY loans. And there's actually a platform that's already kind of doing this. Is this it? I don't believe it's Arcade, but there's another more specific to, I think luxury. I think it was a Rolex. I think there's a different platform though. I get so lost with everything. But yeah, keep an eye on that one. So Arcade.xyz and 4K escrow service. So this facilitates loans that use luxury watches as collateral and employ NFTs to guarantee those loans terms. So borrowers send their watches to 4K and receive. Oh, this is actually I think borrowers send their watches to 4K and receive an NFT. If the borrower doesn't pay back, then the watch goes directly to the lender. So yeah, this might have been the platform that I was speaking about. I don't think there's another one. So Galileo works with luxury brands to tokenize their assets and issuing proof of authenticity for their original and digital counterpart. It also provides tracking and 360-degree visibility into each asset's history and lifecycle from tokenization onwards. So make sure you guys check out Galileo. I've heard of this one too. It's been around for quite some time. Arbitrum, one of the most hyped narratives this season due to the recent Arbitrum short-term incentive program offering 50 million Arbitrum products building on Arbitrum. 50 million ARB. I had no idea about this actually. I'm going to have to start building on Arbitrum, looks like. These rewards will be distributed during the next 3 months up until January 2024. Whoa. Let me note that one down for my notes so I can start building something on Arbitrum. Okay. Now, so around 30 protocols managed to get their grant approval approved, with each protocol receiving differing amount based on their size, contribution, and plans. The 0x Raymond Umai have created a very good list of these projects. So yeah, they have about 30 projects that are currently approved. Yeah, so I'm going to try and see if I can, get in there. So Arbitrum Round 1 grant application has come to an end. Congrats to the 29 projects for collected to see 49 million ARB. Yeah, hopefully they do another one. Let's see. Sector. Lots of yield aggregators. I see lending. I see perpetuals. I see options. I see a few dexes. Frax Finance, Pendo, Radiant, Time Swap Socket, GMX. It looks like all the same projects, just trying to build out on Arbitrum now. I mean, look at it. Trader Joe, Kyberswap, Umami. I mean, come on, bro. It's always the same. Frax Finance, Pendle, Galaxy, GMX. I haven't heard of Jones Style. A lot of the Balancer. It's always the same project. Like half of these projects are already on other abracadabra, already on other blockchains. That's why I don't like a lot of these grant processes, because a lot of these projects, you're pretty much giving money to the same projects. You know what I mean? And I don't like that. These projects, like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's way more new startups and developers who aren't being given opportunities because they're constantly just being given to the same projects, platforms that just switch chains whenever there's the next new grant or the next new offering. It's like, oh, time to switch chains to get a piece of that pie. And it's like just bringing over their same product, and I don't know, man. It just kind of makes me a little bit angry, but and it kind of kills the innovation a little bit. We need more innovation. We need more developers. We need more teams. We need more startups. We don't need the same people, trying to, like I said, sweep up all of the money that's going around for people to start building on these protocols. But that's my opinion. All right, moving on. So since there are over 30 projects receiving the incentives, I'll be highlighting only a few that are interesting. GMX, like I said, this further solidifies GMX as the #1 perp. I think GMX was already on Arbitrum, actually. Actually, hold on. I think all of these projects might have been already on Arbitrum. but maybe they just weren't finding. Maybe I might be wrong on that. All these projects were already on Arbitrum. They just maybe weren't financed. Yeah. So my bad. I think this is the first time Arbitrum is actually giving out grants for builders on it. So my bad to these projects. These are all OG projects. Now that I'm looking at it, some of these I haven't heard of, but like GMX and like they said here, Camelot, Dex, probably been around for a long time. I just don't know about it, right? Because I'm newer to Arbitrum. So yeah, forget what I said 5 minutes ago. But yeah, so yep, all solid projects. Um, you know, I'm going to be looking more at GMX, more at the Dexes, more at the I want to say that the core of the network, the core of the protocol. So Dexes, yield aggregators, not so much. Options, lending, perpetuals, things that really form the foundation of the protocol, in my opinion. I think that's it for this thread. Thanks to Zerex Jeff for this one, man. This was a good one. So yeah, narratives are a big one to pay attention to. Let's move on. So, any chats? Nope. All right, let's talk about how you can potentially make trades with no liquidation. All right, let's follow Crypto Gideon. Oh, excuse me. So, shocking. Tier 1 sexes like KuCoin have started offering perps, or centralized exchanges have started offering perps with no liquidation risk. So, how Good Entry Labs sparked this innovation and why you should protect yourself from liquidations. A thread every trader needs to read. So, Good overview. So this is Good Entry Labs. They have the Good token. So it's a project that offers protected perps on Arbitrum. Traders can only be liquidated by time, not price. This means that you can have a limited downside with unlimited upside potentially. Not financial advice, remember. So how can you as a trader or a liquidity provider benefit from it? Benefits for traders. As a trader, you no longer have to fear about scam wicks. So how it works: when traders trade protected perpetuals, they are purchasing options on a block by block basis. In this example, your GMX long is activated above $45. So more benefits. Here's the example too. Let's just take a look at that really quickly, so you guys can see. Maybe make a big screen. This is always something you want to be careful with, as always, but lots of potential. So more benefits. Since you can't get liquidated by the price, you don't need to set a stop loss. This means that there is no impermanent loss, like when stop loss is triggered. Also, V2 will allow you to use 1000x leverage with inbuilt protection. Let's see. Benefits for liquidity providers. LPs can deposit assets to Easy Vault. The vault earns uni V2 swap fees as liquidity is deposited into tightly defined ranges with the AMM. Also, LPs earn supply interest by providing liquidity for traders. More profitable than CeFi. In V2, LPs will be rewarded more for selling volatility as combined with CeFi. V2 allows LPs to open vaults for long tail assets such as Jones DAO. Any unused liquidity will be deposited into Camelot's DEX for more yield. Tokenomics and roadmap. So the total supply is about 1 billion tokens. CGE on 27th of November, 2023. Tokens offered. 150 million tokens will be offered. Conditions. Price is 0.01. Hard cap 1.5 million tokens. Or 1.5 million. Vesting schedule full unlock. Model first come first served. Currently they have 4 audits. Audits and roadmap. Good Entry is audited by 2 reputable companies, which is ProtoFire and PeckShield. I've heard of Certic. I've never heard of PeckShield or ProtoFire. So just putting that out there. Stats. We can see that transactions, users, positions, revenue, the uptrend. So it sounds good. But like this is one of those things that it could be one of those too good to be true. So this is a project that you have to watch. And then also check out the perpetuals with no liquidation risk on KuCoin. That sounds interesting. Now, moving on. Let's talk about how you can win this cycle. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So big shouts to Crypto Gideon for that last thread. Sorry about that. And now we're gonna shout out Jacob Canfield for this next thread. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So don't F this cycle up again, a thread of helpful tips. So almost everything is breaking multi-year bear market trend ranges to the upside. Your only goal is to get in position and ride the trend until it gets euphoric. This is the market condition where you can typically get a win rate of 90% plus with the RR over 2. So the key is to buy support when you get the dips and the pullbacks. This comes down to emotional mastery and your ability to execute when you get the proper trade set up. Remember, ABS, always be scanning. Find the trades around your style. Don't over leverage yourself where you'll get spooked on every little pullback. The Bitcoin spot ETF approval will bring in a wave of new money looking for the next Bitcoin. Ethereum spot ETF approval will gigapump ETH and the ERC20 ecosystem, especially the tools that every project relies on. Then the money would trickle to ETH L2s and their ecosystem. Solana continues to dominate the market share just because it has great narrative around it and they're constantly making the blockchain better and faster. This may be an actual rival in this market cycle just because they have a rival amount of dev and VC support in the ecosystem. There will be AI narrative that pumps that sector, then gaming coins. Then there will probably be a big regulation story with the DOJ that will cause a decentralized exchange tokens to pump hard as well. Real world assets or RWAs are getting some pretty major traction that I would dive into as well. Airdrops for protocols and dApps that pay users percent of profits for staking or holding the token will be huge. I have 6 to 7 spot bags paying out pretty healthy right now from the fees. Mess around with protocols on all the ecosystems, naming protocols, swaps, DEXs, NFTs, yield farms, LP on DEXs, ATC to get in on those. If your shitcoin spot bags pump hard, just remember to take some profit at least and let the rest ride. I like 60 to 70%. If you don't know about shitcoins, you got to do your research. If it can change your life or pay off debt, do it. I promise you will not regret it when the market gets frothy. Set part of it aside for taxes so you don't get caught with your pants down from the gains next year. Last but not least, follow some OG accounts that know what they're doing for trading and finding quality altcoins that have a team following the market that post a lot of alpha. So here's a helpful list for you guys to get started. Now, this is a great list. I have my own list, but this is a great list. I'm not following any of these people, honestly. ZS Becker, actually. This is that one guy. I think that's that one guy. And Elo Trades is the other YouTube guy. So, yeah. This is a list of some of the bigger influencers. Even though this is a very good thread, but I have a better list than this, to be honest. And this is something you want to pay attention to again. Path to alt season. So, everything is pretty much summed up here as far as the phases. Just follow this, guys. Don't sway off of this. So yeah. And here's the original artist of the thread, Secrets of Crypto. Make sure you just go ahead and give him a follow. And yeah, guys. That's it. So how long have I been live? 30 minutes. Wow, that's not no time. Let's see. What else can we do? Maybe we could take a look at some charts. No, I'm not on YouTube. Let's take a look at some charts. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. We got the daily chart pulled up here. Leave my chart small. This is the daily chart. Huge wedge that we're in. Patterns are strong. So until it breaks this wedge, you know, I'm not looking for Bitcoin to do much. This is lots of resistance here. So let's see. Actually, right now is the time where I would actually short Bitcoin. So not financial advice, but this is where I would take a short because I don't see it clearing this resistance, this trend line, because this is resistance. I don't see it clearing that and taking it out and going to, let's see, because this is 36,000. Yeah, I don't see it clearing this trend line and heading further up. But I don't know what I'm talking about. So so actually let me set this up because today is the first day I'm actually about to start getting back into trading. So my first trade would likely be, I'm actually about to set this up as soon as I'm done. It'd be something like this. Because it's going to come, it's not going to, I mean, how much momentum does it have? Do you think it's going to just break this? Like off of that? It has been building up, granted. It has been building up slowly. But I don't think it just clears this. You know what I mean? I don't think it has enough momentum. I think it has to retrace a little bit. You know, maybe try again. If you look, this is the first, yeah. I don't see it happening, but you never know. We could rally. We could break this trend line and then keep rallying. You really never know. So I'm going to check this out a little bit more in detail. Because this is just on the, that's 20%. And then we're in what, November? I mean, November is typically a bearish month for crypto. I mean, yeah. You know, I see them coming. And getting in right here wouldn't be bad. And then having a stop loss. Probably, because we'll probably touch this. We might touch this line. You know? So something like that is what I would look for. Probably. It's usually something like this. Right? And if you want to play it extremely safe, something like that. You know? And the reason why I say that, you just have to look at the key areas before resistance and support. So this is now support. So it'll likely come back down there. I mean, this is the area where it always kind of chills out for a second. As you see right here, wicked up. You gotta zoom in. So you can see right here, it wicked up to it. Boom, boom, boom. Then big green candle. Same thing here. You know, it kind of hit this line. Boom, consolidation for a little bit, chilling, trying to figure out where I'm gonna go. Boom, started to retrace down, and then boom, get a big drop. So that's what I see, you know. And then when you look at this level here, this is also a level of some interest, right? But that's why I say I don't see it breaking this level just so abruptly like that, you know. But we'll see, you know. We'll see. Just how it looks on the big chart. Let's zoom in a little more on the. I'm not really getting too technical here because I keep trading very simple. I like the patterns. I like to keep it very simple patterns, support and resistance. You know, once you get into indicators, like I said, you can couple this with EMAs, right? You can couple this with the RSI, and you can kind of make a better guess, your best guess as to what's going to happen. That's all we were doing is guessing, in my opinion. But like I said, nothing is financial advice. This is just how I'm looking at the market. I'm actually not even signed in. So yeah, let me go ahead and been streaming for about 45 minutes. I think about 40 minutes. So I might go ahead and stop this one here so I can check my quality. And yeah, I might see you guys tomorrow for the next stream. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in.